All right, welcome everybody. We are here doing another virtual chat, and today we have Kentucky Wesleyan College with us, and we have Gabby Bradley, and so she is going to give us the rundown of all the things you need to know regarding Kentucky Wesleyan. Gabby, thank you so much for being with us today.
Yes, thank you for doing this and letting me talk to your students. I wish we could be in person, but at least, with the virtual format, we're still making it work. So yeah.
For sure. Okay, well then I'm going to just turn it over to you, and you let us know all about Kentucky Wesleyan.
All right, awesome. Well, my name is Gabby Bradley. I'm an assistant director of admissions at Kentucky Wesleyan. I'm also an admissions counselor and work with the Bowling Green students. So I'll be your go-to if you have any questions about the college or just throughout the application process as well. I'm going to kind of cover some information about us, and then at the end we can see if anyone has any questions. I would love to answer those. But just, some quick things about Kentucky Wesleyan, because if we were here in person in a college fair, lots of kids come up to me and they're like, where is Kentucky Wesleyan? Well, we're in Owensboro, Kentucky, which is about an hour north of Bowling Green. So a very convenient location. You're still far away from home, but not too far away. It's easy for you to go back to Bowling Green if you needed anything. And we're a private liberal arts college. So liberal arts, that just means that while you're here, yes, you'll have a major, but you're going to learn about a lot of different topics throughout your gen ed classes, which is great. And us being a private college, we're affiliated with the Methodist Church. You don't have to be Methodist to go to Wesleyan, but we do have that Christian connection if that's something that you're looking for. We have over 800 students, close to 900 students this year. So we're super excited about that, getting closer to 1,000 every year. But we are a smaller school in contrast to places like UK, WKU, and Bowling Green, those larger state schools. So if you're looking for, more of a tight-knit community, multiple opportunities for you to get involved on campus. Most of our students are involved in 3 or 4 clubs and organizations. They might also be a student athlete. They're always involved in multiple things, and you're really able to spread your wings and grow here because of that smaller community that we have on campus. But there's so much to do that it almost feels like you're at a larger school because, your schedule is just always packed full of, classes, practices, club meetings, all kinds of fun stuff. So you really do get to be involved here. So what I'm going to do is share my screen and go through some PowerPoint slides just to give you some more information about us. Let me see, share screen. I'm getting better and better at Zoom. Let me move this over. Get started with our PowerPoint. All right, here we go. So just some information about our location. I already said that we're located in Owensboro, Kentucky, but the great thing about Owensboro is that we're in close proximity to a lot of larger cities. So like I said before, we're in close proximity to Bowling Green. St. Louis is about 4 hours away. Indianapolis is about 3 hours away. Same thing with Cincinnati. Nashville's 2 hours away. We're about 5 minutes away from the Indiana border, 45 minutes away from Evansville, Indiana. So there's a lot of larger places that you can go to as well. The Davis County area has 100,000 people in it. So we are a good sized community. So our campus is located in like a medium-sized city, very similar to Bowling Green. I'm from Owensboro, but I went to college in Bowling Green. So both of them are very similar. So you'll find a very similar community here. So as far as our student demographics, a lot of our students are from in-state here in Kentucky. Since we're a private school, we don't have in-state or out-of-state tuition. The tuition rate is the same for everyone. 32% of our students are from out of state. And 50% of our students are athletes, and a lot of those out-of-state students are athletes. We have people that come in from all over the country to play sports here or to come here for a particular major. And we'll talk a little bit more about our unique majors here in a second. And we have students from 23 states, like I said, all over the country, and from 4 countries as well. So an international student population too, which is really cool. And we actually have about 40 students from Las Vegas, Nevada that come here on a special scholarship. So we have some students from the West Coast, and it's really interesting to see just their way of life over in the West Coast and how it changes when they come here. And so I think it's really awesome that we have people from all over. So our student to faculty ratio is 13:1. So you can expect those smaller classroom sizes. Average class size is going to be about 20. But when you get down to your junior and senior year classes, you can expect your classroom sizes to be maybe like 5 or 6 people. They get to be really small because you're taking those major specific classes, which is awesome. And that really allows you to grow that personal connection with the other people in your classes, but your professors as well. 100% of our classes are taught by our faculty members here, so our professors. At larger schools, you might see that a TA is teaching one of your classes. A TA is a teaching assistant that's typically in grad school. So they're a graduate student that's helping to teach the course. Here at Wesleyan, you won't have that. You won't be confused about who your professor is because it will strictly be your professor. No one else will be teaching the class. So once again, that really allows you to grow in that personal connection with your professors. You're going to get to know them on a first name basis. They're going to get to know you, and so you can really build those relationships. So opportunities at Wesleyan, as I said before, there's a ton of different ways for you to get involved and really grow in your leadership skills and your personal development. A lot of our students study abroad. Typically, we have at least one study abroad trip a year. And we've had students that have gone to Africa. Our zoology students, they've worked with lions and big cats over there. Our Wesleyan Singers, which is our choir here on campus, a couple years ago, they did a European tour, and they went to Prague and a bunch of different European countries, which was great. And our Wesleyan Singers, that's a scholarship opportunity. So you don't have to major in music to participate in choir and to receive scholarship money. So that's just another opportunity for you guys. Internships, that's something that we really pride ourselves on here. Pretty much all of our majors include some sort of internship component. And our Career Services Center, they are really dedicated to finding you relevant experience while you're here at Wesleyan, because we want to prepare you for that next step after you're done with Wesleyan, after you get your degree. And we want you to have experience on your resume so you can get that job straight out of college. Also, it really helps if you have an internship or if you're doing observation hours in your major pretty early on, because then you can discover if that major or that career is really what you want to do. We don't want you to get to your senior year and be like, oh my gosh, I want to change my major. We want you to figure that out pretty early on. One example of that is our education program. They start doing observation hours in different classroom settings. They go to elementary, middle, and secondary schools, all three grade levels, to do observation hours. And that really helps them to figure out what grade level they want to teach, and if they want to teach at all, if that's really what they're meant to do. And so the internship component really helps you both with the experience on your resume and just helping you figure out, is this major right for me? Research. Typically our science students, they get really involved in research, and that's a scholarship opportunity for them. And typically when you're a science student, you don't start doing research until you get to grad school. If it's, med school, whatever you're wanting to do, typically science students go on to grad school. But here at Wesleyan, you start those research opportunities while you're here. And since we have that smaller environment for you, you can work one-on-one with your professor for those research opportunities. And if you have an idea for a research project, we had a student last year, she did a research project on bacteria in regular makeup versus organic makeup and how much bacteria grows on your face. And that's a topic she came up with all on her own. So you really have the freedom to do that here. And it looks great on your resume when you're applying for medical school, any sort of, science-based graduate program. It looks great that you've already started to do research. Also, we have service learning and leadership opportunities. We have an office totally devoted to volunteerism and finding you those opportunities. Also, our campus ministries team, they do so much for our community. Typically they do an alternative spring break every year. They didn't get to this year, but like last year they went to Mississippi and they worked with Habitat for Humanity. And then usually we have a Build-A-Bed event every year where our students right on campus, they build beds for different shelters, places in the community, our homeless shelter. We have a place called Oasis for victims of domestic violence, a place where they can stay. They made beds for them. So it's just a really great opportunity for you to serve others, because that's something we really care about here since we do have that Christian-based component. All right. And that is our mascot. His name is Wesleyan Panther. And that's actually our largest lecture hall on campus that he's sitting in. So when you come for your campus visit, you'll actually get to see that room, and you'll get to see really the only large lecture style classroom that we have that seats about 50 people. Something that we offer to our students here at Wesleyan is the 4-year graduation guarantee or the 3-year graduation guarantee. You could graduate in 3 years if you wanted to by taking classes in the summer, so your advisor would help you with that. But also we are dedicated to making sure that our students graduate in 4 years. So your advisor would help you with that. They would make sure that you're staying on track with your academic progress, and that, you know, you're just staying on track throughout your program. Our advisors really pride themselves on that because we would love for you to stay here forever, but we understand that you do want to move on to that next step. So just some numbers to throw at you. We have 40 majors and pre-professional programs. A pre-professional program is an emphasis that you add to your major that helps prepare you for graduate school. So we have a pre-med program, pre-vet, pre-PT, pre-law. We have several of them. So those programs give you the prerequisites that you need to apply to grad schools, and you have an advisor that helps you apply to grad school, and they help you with that whole process. So the pre-professional programs, they're an amazing opportunity. We're #1 in Kentucky on the CPA exam. So that's the exam that you take whenever you're trying to become an accountant. We've had a 100% pass rate for that. So pretty much all of our accounting students, they go on to be successful on that exam. So if you're interested in the business program or accounting, that's something that you can keep in mind. Now here's one of those unique majors that I was talking about earlier. So we are one of 16 private colleges in the country that offers zoology. So we have students from out of state that come here for our zoology program. And it's just such a wonderful hands-on program. Typically our students in the zoology program, they spend their summers at Disney World, SeaWorld, Key West, Hawaii, different places all over the world because there's animals everywhere. And they get that opportunity to really work hands-on. We have alumni that are all over the world working with animals from the zoology program. We have an alumni right now. She lives in Hawaii and she works at a place called Sea Life Park. So she works with a lot of the sea life there in Hawaii. So we're really proud of our zoology program, and it's definitely one of our more unique majors here. Also another one of those pre-professional programs, pre-law, we have a partnership with U of L's law school, where your last year here at Wesleyan, your senior year, you can actually go ahead and start law school with U of L. So that shaves off a year of school for you. It's going to save you money and time, which is a great opportunity if you're interested in a career in law. And then some of our top majors, biology and chemistry, the sciences are always super popular. Business administration, communication arts, criminal justice. We have a wonderful relationship with our Owensboro Police Department. So they're always letting our students come in to do observation hours with them. You can ride along with a police officer if you wanted to. And we have several alum that have gone on to work for law enforcement here in Owensboro. Also exercise science / health science, and then psychology. Those are all very popular majors here. Also another partnership we have is with UK's College of Pharmacy, and we also have a partnership with UK's med school that's in Bowling Green too. So those partnerships just really help you kind of transfer seamlessly into that next step, because you're going to get all of the prereqs that you need for those particular schools. So UK's College of Pharmacy or UK's Med School. So you're going to feel fully prepared for that next step, since we know their curriculum, we know what they're looking for, and we have that partnership with them. So here's the fun stuff: student organizations and athletics. Everyone always wants to know the different things that they can get involved in here. We have over 40 student organizations. We have Greek life on our campus, 2 sororities, 3 fraternities. And the great thing about our Greek life, since we are a smaller school, it is a lot more affordable for you to participate in that here. Typically, rush is about $20 versus it being in the thousands over at larger schools. So just $20 for you to rush and go through the recruitment process. And it's just a great opportunity for you to kind of step into leadership roles and get to know people on campus when you're in a Greek organization. But we have even more opportunities for you to get involved beyond Greek life. We've got so many things with campus ministries, FCA, different groups, and prayer groups that they have throughout the week. We have a Harry Potter club here that was actually started by our freshman quarterback from last year, and he's back this year. But I always use him as an example of what one of our students typically looks like, because he is a football player, he's a quarterback, but he's double majoring in biology and chemistry. He wants to go to med school, and then he's super interested in Harry Potter and chess and things like that. So he's got so many different interests, from sports and science and Harry Potter. So if you have all kinds of different interests, that's amazing. You can really take advantage of that here. And it's super easy for you to also start other clubs and organizations. We have student government here on campus that can help you with that, or if you want to be a senator in student government as well. And then we have 21 NCAA Division II teams. Being that we're Division II, we're able to stack athletic scholarships with the merit scholarships that all of our students receive. Everyone gets a merit scholarship based off of GPA this year, just GPA because we're test optional. And so that's just another great scholarship opportunity if you are interested in playing a sport. All right, and this is just a picture of our students during freshman orientation a few years ago. So what do we look for in a student? I've kind of already talked about a few things, but we're looking for students that want to be involved in leadership roles, that want to start internship and work opportunities, and they really want to serve others. They want to serve both the campus community and the community at large, and they just want to get involved in all of our different opportunities here. I always tell the freshmen to just take advantage of everything that we have for you, all of the different events you can attend, all of the different clubs. They're there for a reason, to get you involved on campus and to help you meet new people. So I would definitely recommend those for sure. Like I said before, test optional for fall 2021. On the virtual website for Bowling Green High, the College and Career Readiness site, it has our application link, which is free application. So you're going to submit that application for admission, submit transcripts. So all we are needing is your high school transcript from Bowling Green High. And then if you have test scores, we recommend that you do go ahead and submit those for college placement purposes. That way we can figure out what classes that you would need to be in based on your ACT. But if you don't have test scores, you're going to complete a personal statement that's within the application. So you don't have to submit anything separately. It's all there on that application for you. So that's kind of what test optional means. We're only looking at your GPA as far as getting you admitted to the college. Those test scores, we're going to use those a little bit later to put you in classes. But for this year, GPA is what we're going to be looking for. So this is kind of a profile of one of our fall 2020 freshmen, kind of our freshman class as a whole. 3.45 GPA, average ACT is a 22. So that's kind of what you can expect from our students. We have some people that a little higher, some people a little lower. That's typically the academic profile of one of our students. So Wesleyan students, just some kind of characteristics of our students here. They're ambitious. Like I said, they get involved in so many things. They love to learn and grow within themselves. So we're really looking for ambitious students. We're also looking for students that are curious. And I think that kind of has something to do with just, wanting to get involved in multiple things, wanting to learn and grow. And so being curious and just ambitious and wanting to know more, that's something that our students really do on campus. They're also community builders. As I said, just getting involved in community service, serving one another, and that's something that we really pride ourselves in with that Christian and Methodist connection that we have. Also being experiential. So this just means it kind of connects with the research element that I was talking about. Just coming up with new ideas and presenting those to your professors and your mentors on campus. And they're going to be really willing to help you through that. If you have an idea for a research project or you have something that you really want to study, they can walk you through that and they can assist you with that because they have less students than at a larger school that they're mentoring and teaching. And so they're able to really build that personal connection with you. And lastly, they're lifelong learners. And I always say that once you go to Wesleyan, you're a lifelong Panther as well. Our alumni, they're still super involved on campus. We have alumni that really build relationships with our current students as well. They're mentors for our current students. So you're always going to be learning new things. You're always going to be growing with your Wesleyan connection. And that's just the great thing about coming to Wesleyan. You never stop being involved on campus. It's always a place that you're going to hold in your heart for sure. And this is a picture from one of our study abroad trips, some of our students. So, I mean, really, like I said, you can go pretty much anywhere with study abroad, and our study abroad office can help you figure out where you want to go and how you can get college credit for that. So financial aid, everybody wants to know about financial aid. This is a really important part of your college decision, making sure that the college you pick is affordable. So our tuition and fees is $29,660. Room and board is typically, it can be anywhere from $9,500 to $10,500. We have a few residence halls that are a little bit more expensive that freshmen typically don't live in. They're suite style or apartment style. So the cost on here for room and board is typically the cost that you're going to be looking at for being a freshman. But our room and board also includes our meal plans as well. So your meals are included. So that total cost there, don't look at that and get sticker shock and be like, oh my gosh, I can't afford this college. Because 98% of Wesleyan students receive financial assistance. So pretty much no one that I have worked with has ever paid that full sticker cost. You have your merit scholarship. Several students have athletic scholarships or music scholarships. If you visit campus before November 1st, you're going to get a $1,000 scholarship. We have 2 scholarship competitions, one in December and one, typically we have it either in January or February. And this year we're looking at your GPA to qualify you for that. So we just have so many opportunities for you to increase your merit scholarship, other opportunities that you can add on top of that merit scholarship. If you're a Methodist student, our Kavanaugh scholarship, that's a great opportunity. And I can hand out our scholarships link as well to include on the website, because there's even more scholarship opportunities on there, other things that you can apply for. And we also accept outside scholarships from the Bowling Green community or your parents' employers. Just apply for everything that you can. And then of course your FAFSA, that can qualify you for federal and state grants, as well as student loans. And on your financial aid estimate, a lot of students are also eligible for scholarships through the college that they don't have to apply for in addition to their merit scholarship. So your financial aid estimate will include that. So once you're admitted to the college and once you do your FAFSA starting on October 1st, you'll get that financial aid estimate and you can see the full picture of everything you're eligible for and what that out-of-pocket cost could be. But the good thing is, even though we are a private college, we're about $10,000 to $20,000 cheaper than other private colleges in Kentucky, which is a great thing. You can still have that private school experience, but for a cheaper cost. And then those are just some of the different awards and things that we've received in the past few years as far as value and just accolades that we have received here in the past few years. So these are just some of the different organizations that our alumni have ended up working for. We've had executives at Coca-Cola, Microsoft, CNN, that kind of middle section there. Those are some different companies and organizations that our alumni have started. So they've had that spirit within them to start businesses and be involved in that. And so those are just some of the different businesses they've started. And then that bottom row, it kind of covers just service-based careers that our alumni have had. Of course, we've had a ton of teachers come through and they've gone through our education program. They've gone on to teach in both the public high school or public education realm and colleges and universities as well. But we've had alumni that have worked for the Peace Corps. They've done research through Kentucky Bioprocessing. We have an alumni right now. She's doing a cancer-based research study, and she's a scientist currently. So tons of opportunities for you. So I think that's really where you see the value in your degree. It can really take you to places that you never really expected, which is awesome. In our alumni, we have alumni in all 50 states and they live in 14 foreign countries. So it's really crazy how you can go to somewhere new and you'll end up finding a Wesleyan alum there. So from this small college in Owensboro, Kentucky, our alumni kind of spread out everywhere. And this is a picture, this is not from this year in our coronavirus world, but this is our off the sidewalk lunch from a few years ago. So we love to have events outside and bring our campus community together for a good meal or just for a fun time. So this is a picture of that. All right, so your next steps, and these links are on kind of the Kentucky Wesleyan section of the virtual visit page on the website for Bowling Green High. Your next steps, apply to Wesleyan. So kwc.edu/apply, and that link is on that website. And that is a free application, like I said. Also visiting campus, if you're interested in that $1,000 scholarship to attend Wesleyan, visit campus before November 1st. We do 4 campus visits a day and they're individual tours. So it'll just be you, your parents, and a student ambassador. And you can bring 2 guests with you right now. No more than that unless you have a sibling that can't stay home alone. But because of the coronavirus, we're asking that you bring no more than that with you, and to please wear your mask at all times when you're inside our buildings. But we have those 4 tours a day. We also have select visits on Saturdays as well. So I highly recommend that you sign up for that because it's a great opportunity for you to see campus. You'll meet with an admissions counselor, financial aid, you can meet with a coach, a professor if you wanted to, and it's just a great opportunity for you to get more information. And then file your FAFSA on October 1st. That's super important as well. Be sure to file that FAFSA as soon as it opens up. That way you can see what all you're eligible for. All righty, and that is the end. That's the end of my presentation. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen. And I was just going to see if anyone had any questions. If you don't want to turn your sound on, that's okay. You can stick them in the chat box. But Ms. O'Rourke, do you have any questions or like common questions that students have asked you that maybe I can answer?
Well, one of the things I like to ask is about traditions. What would you say one of your favorite traditions on campus is?
Well, actually, right outside my office window, we have this little statue, and her name is Minerva. And we've actually been at 2 other locations in Kentucky, Millersburg, Kentucky, and Winchester, Kentucky. So in 1905, we were in Winchester, Kentucky, and our administration building burnt to the ground.
Wow.
And the little statue, there was 4 of them, and they were on each 4 corners of the building. And this one statue was the only part of the building that survived. She's a goddess of wisdom. She's either Roman or Greek. I'm not good with my mythology or whatever, but her name is Minerva, and she's the only thing on campus that our students can paint. And the tradition is in the middle of the night, students will go out and paint her. So you might leave campus one day and she could be, you know, one design, you'll come back and she's something else. So it's just,
wow.
Yeah, it's so fun to just see the different things that people come up with for her. On Christmas time, she's been the Grinch, Santa Claus, our Greek life, they always paint her in their colors, like during Rush Week. Those Vegas students that I was talking about, when the Vegas shooting happened, they painted her in honor of those who lost their lives there. And typically, because I think that happened in October, every October they'll do that just to kind of memorialize those victims. So she gets painted for causes and then just fun stuff too. And we had alumni, they got married in the chapel, and then afterwards they brought everybody outside and they painted her as a bride.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so it's just really cool. I love that campus tradition for sure.
Well, thank you for answering that. And thank you so much
Yeah.
for the presentation. I think we got a lot of great information. And, you know, as you mentioned, we're going to have all of your links on our college and career website. And so students, if you all want to access that, you'll be able to find everything in one quick spot. I love the idea about adding the scholarship link. I appreciate that, and
Okay.
continue to do that with other places as well. But otherwise, that's all I've got. I'm really happy that we got to talk with you. And students, I want to encourage you to reach out to Miss Bradley. She is your admissions counselor. And so whatever you need, don't be shy about reaching out. I'll have her information on the college and career website as well.
Yes, thank you so much.